Anyway, I'm going to start the show. Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Mike at the Mac Shack. Randy is not here today, and
Melissa's grumpy.
Melissa's grumpy, and Mike is here, and he's not so grumpy.
I'm good.
Ish.
Yeah. Tired, but...
It's a normal day. Grumpy. So, what's going on, Mike?
Not a whole hell of a lot.
Awesome.
Just got back from vacation.
Yes, you did. It's been 2 weeks. You left on a weekend and came back on the next weekend.
Sure did.
Because that's usually how a week vacation works.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, so we are waiting for Jason. Might pop in on the show. So we've got a FaceTime going for him to jump on. Mo may jump on. I don't know. He said he's pooping right now. So we'll see. But we've got a bottle that Jason sent us from Garrison Brothers called Honey Dew. So Garrison Brothers, Texas whiskey. And I've looked for them, but I've never had them before. So trying to, and I'm sure this is going to go over well with the screen recording I'm trying to do on my phone as well. So Texas whiskey, it is, most Texas whiskeys I've had, they've been pretty hot as far as like their flavor profile. This one, I would imagine, is probably the same, and it's just the Texas heat. Like, there's no heat cycling. It's just hot.
It's just hot. It's just
hot.
Varying degrees of hot.
Yeah. So, and their rick houses down there, some of them I'm assuming some of them they rotate, and some of them they don't. But this is probably one of those ones that they don't. If I just had to guess, I can't really find any information on how or what they do with their whiskey down there.
No, but I did find one of the casks or one of the reviews that has how they made it.
Okay.
So typically when you do a whiskey barrel, it's a barrel that has been filled with, or a honey barrel, it's a barrel that's been filled with honey. They empty it out and they put the bourbon in.
Yes.
But this one, so Garrison Brothers, however, may have cracked that code. To make their Honey Dew, the distillery cuts down on the mess by foregoing the barrel treatment and instead creates cubes out of their used bourbon barrels that are soaked with a local organic wildflower honey. And then those cubes steep for 7 months in a stainless steel tank, which is filled with Garrison Brothers small batch.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the Maker's Mark stave program, just with honey-soaked whiskey chunks or whiskey barrel chunks.
Which I'm kind of interested in that too. Like, I've had honey barrels before, and they're fantastic. Like a true honey barrel, not someone who's done like a honey or a sweetener additive to it. And they're really good there. I mean, you can taste that, just the boldness of that honey that comes through. So I'm excited for this one. I was going to wait for Jason to hop on, but I don't think I'm going to wait any longer. He said he'll join us in a minute. He was firing up his computer, so.
That's good pop.
Ooh. I'm just based on the pop, this is going to be a good bottle.
Yeah.
You know, if you've ever listened to us, we will rate a bottle solely on the pop itself. So that was fantastic. I may have to swap out the pop at the beginning of the show. Just
Ooh, it smells a little hot.
Yeah. Oh, it does. It smells young.
It smells silky.
Yeah. I mean, it has a great color to it, like an ambery.
Got great legs.
I mean, for 80, it's only 80 proof, so it's a much lower proof. And this is one that Jason likes, so that's why I wanted to get him on the show. But on the nose, I mean, there's a little bit of honeydew, or not honeydew, honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle.
A little bit of honeysuckle. It's very floral. Definitely
get some wood notes. I don't think it's oaky, but
no, some brown sugar. A little bit.
Little sweetness.
Yeah.
You know, that's clear. It's not overly honeyed.
No, not on the nose. I haven't tried it yet.
I just did the swish. Yeah, it's like some of the Jack Daniel's honey and some of those other ones. Those are very honeyed.
Yes.
Like very honeyed.
Yeah, those are additive based. And those are the ones like I'm not a big fan of, although Wild Turkey has one called Honey Sting that they do. I don't know if it's jalapeno or habanero, but they took their Wild Turkey honey and then added like a pepper to it.
Okay.
It's good. It's real good, but it's overly sweet. Like one glass, I'm done. I'm out on that. So.
Oh man, the nose is real good after the.
Mm-hmm. There's a weird blandness though that I get with it. It's I don't know. I get it on the nose, and I also get it on the tongue.
So it's definitely silky. I get wood. It seems more mesquite-y, like a mesquite wood versus, or a smoked wood than like your typical barrel notes.
Right.
You can kind of taste the char, but it's not what I'm used to tasting.
When I think, like I said, I think that's just the Texas heat and just how it's aging in that barrel. And I don't know if I would imagine that in Texas that their loss rate is probably higher.
You would think,
just because of the heat, but I don't have a fucking clue about that. But this is I like this.
I like it. I think on ice.
Yeah, that would be. I also wonder what this would be like if we did it as an old fashioned, because it's just got that hint of sweet to it, and then also with the saline. Yeah, I'll take a little finger fuck ball.
Finger ice.
Give that a little swirl. So, how was vacation?
It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Needed.
everything I wanted it to be.
Awesome.
So like not super stress. There was a couple moments, but it was so much more chilled than the last couple of years have been. Less drama, less. It just worked out better.
Good. That's the way it should be. Vacations shouldn't be fucking stressful. Like, I like
jobs were split up a little more evenly, so Melissa and I didn't cook every fucking
night.
Days.
Yeah.
We did the first night, and then we did our version of the low country boil, and we were good.
Nice. Yeah, I love a low country boil. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how they went on vacation, and it was like super fucking stressful the entire time they were on vacation. I'm like, that's not a vacation.
That's not vacation.
Like, why?
I do like it cold. I like it with
it got better. And I'm like, why go on vacation and just be
awful?
It just fucking suck. And who is causing the problems? Not even like what, who's causing the problems?
No, that was one of the reasons that ours was less stressful this year.
Oh, I do like it better on ice.
But that one note still stands.
Still there.
Out. Still stands out.
Yeah, and I don't know any other way to explain it other than like a bland note, but I don't know what it is.
Let me see if I can find some more information here. Garrison Brother whiskeys typically have a burly aroma with quite a bit of mesquite wood, barrel char, which I don't get, and chocolate,
which I don't get.
And that's present here, maybe like cocoa powder, like that bitter.
Maybe that's what it is.
And that's present here, but with a noticeably silkier edge. It's not honey per se, but it is honeyed. A little more syrupy and perhaps a touch sweeter than the standard Garrison Brother offering. Notes of orange peel and subtle florals offer even more complexity. On the palates, things mirror more closely to the standard small batch with heavily caramelized sugar, barrel char, black tea.
Maybe it's black tea. Because black tea is kind of bland.
But it has that bitterness.
Yeah.
And that's As the finish arrives, however, the profile brightens.
That's exactly what it is.
Profile brightens with notes of cream soda, orange zest, and old-fashioned butterscotch candies. Yeah, I would say this says where the honey seems to impact things is the mouthfeel, which is noticeably lush and round and a more generous finish.
Yeah, when we had it neat, that mouth experience was much better than it had like almost like a creamy, syrupy type of mouthfeel, but it wasn't overly like sluggish.
Nope.
It was just kind of there, almost like I don't want to say like a watered down maple syrup.
No, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, something. It wasn't like it didn't just stick, but it did linger a bit.
I'm trying to think of like what bitters I would use to balance out that black tea. You know, orange bitters, walnut bitters, or spicy bitters.
Ooh, yeah, like a jalapeno. Do they make a jalapeno bitters?
I have a spicy bitters, but I don't know. I think I have a couple different ones.
Huh.
Yeah, I think this would make a decent old fashioned.
Yeah,
or not, but
no, I think it would. I think it would do. It would be a lot better. So, a couple episodes back, I brought in those 2 bottles from Two Soul Spirits.
Yeah,
and the one was the Middle West, the other one was the Rush Creek. So, and we liked the Rush Creek at the time. That was the one that's 137 proof. And I'll be goddamned if I didn't go back to that bottle. I took it over for Bourbon Hunters, and we all tried it. Literally every one of us set our cups down. We were like, nope. It is so fucking hot, and the flavor changed on it from what I remember.
So the oxide is, you get a little air into it, and it went south.
I don't want to say it went south. It just got fucking hot. Like it did. Like when we had it, it didn't drink like a 137. I mean, it still was ethanol. It had
oomph,
a bite to it. But man, this thing just went. I'm like, well, JD was like, man, he goes, you might want to just, or no, it wasn't JD, Brett. I think Brett was like, you might just want to pour this. And JD's like, no, never get rid of whiskey. You can make barbecue sauce. And I'm like,
you can make an old fashioned out. You can.
Well, I'm like, I'll just make like high proof old fashions out of it.
No. Oof.
I've tried it twice, and it overpowers everything as far as it overpowers the bitters, it overpowers the smoke, it overpowers simple syrup, and I used Middle West Spirit syrup, maple syrup. It overpowered that.
Wow.
I was just like, holy shit. I even went back and added more bitters and a little more syrup just to see. And it just completely it took over. Like, it's almost undrinkable. Someone trying to join?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not letting me.
Who is?
New phone, who dis?
Let's see. I don't have an option to add people. I just have one active person. And it's you.
Maybe they'll try and join again.
I'll just, was it Jason? Or you don't know?
330, I think.
Oh, Jason. All right, so hold on. Jason's joining. There we go. That would be Jason. Jason. I see him there. I just don't hear him. So yeah, the black tea. It's the black tea.
Yep. I think that's that note that we couldn't figure out.
The more that it sits, the more the black tea comes out. Mm-hmm. So how was it with the peach?
Real good.
Yeah, Melissa brought us out peaches.
It's a really good peach. And it goes well with this. But yeah, again, it's that. Ooh, I thought I heard voices.
I did too. But it may have been. Now what happened? Now I think I lost my FaceTime. I did.
Yeah, I sure did.
What the hell happened?
You're just a caution sign now.
Oh, well. I'm going to tap to join. Join. Oh, Mo's here too. Mo, Jason, and I got kicked again. is join. Mo, Jason, hello. I'm connecting. I don't have service. It keeps kicking me off.
Drop Wi-Fi, just go to cellular.
I am on cellular. That's what I was trying to figure out. Like, it just says connecting, and I don't want to go. If I go into airplane mode, I'm gonna. What the shit? This is why technology is the fucking worst. Like, honest to God. I can't even.
There's Jason.
Is he there? You got Jason?
I got Jason.
I can't even get on the goddamn FaceTime.
I can hear you, yeah.
But we can't hear you on the show.
Because
fucking technology.
That's why you don't update right away.
Connecting? Oh my God. Fuck this. All right, turn that off.
I was about to say, is the power on?
Yeah. I just disconnected from everything for right now. I'll come back here in a second.
Just close everything, start again.
I am.
That's
fucking.
Well, I'll say, hey, how you doing, Jason?
Got to connect back to the. Now I'm being rung into FaceTime, but connected, done.
Maybe we'll let
join.
You
in.
There you go.
Am I here?
Yeah, you're there.
Hey, there's Jason. I can turn you up now. Are you there? All right. I think we got audio.
I think so.
All right.
Can you hear us?
I cannot hear you. Hold on a sec. No, it's probably on my end. Nope. Well, no, I don't know. Where's the... I fucking hate face... Nope, here it is. I figured it out. Nope, there it is.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
Hell.
You can still hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We have an echo, so...
Echo.
Okay.
Yeah. That's... Actually, if you mute your phone... Just hit the mute button at the top. Because he can hear you through the... I don't know what the fuck's going on. Anyway. What's going on, Jason? Oh, and Andrea's like peeking in. Look at you. Guys.
What's up?
Same old shit.
Not too much, man. Yeah.
So we were...
trying to figure out how to... I bought her this microphone.
Trying some of your whiskey.
Yeah.
What
microphone? Did you get the...
I got her the... What's this thing called? The Shure MV7 Plus or whatever. It's like a podcasting.
Okay.
It does USB and XLR.
Nice.
Like I haven't bought an interface yet. Like it's just a USB-C right now, but I'm going to get all the rest of that stuff. She just needed it for some course she was creating or whatever. I was like, well, might as well start buying some of this shit.
Yeah. Very cool. So we started, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago or so. Not that. And we've been drinking the Honey Dew you sent.
What do you think?
I like it. It's a lot different than the most of the usual stuff that we get, with it being the Texas whiskey. But there was a flavor that we couldn't pinpoint that we were trying to figure out. Like it was kind of bland. Like it was like a blandy flavor, and it ends up being black tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was in one of the
It's been a long time since I've had it.
That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have some more. You want some more?
Yes, please.
We're going to have some more. So what have you been up to, buddy?
Nothing, man. Just nothing exciting, I guess, at least.
Yeah?
Just been working, trying to do some stuff on my own, you know.
Okay.
That's not a bad thing.
So,
How's the...
Nah, I just... What's that?
No, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Or I guess there's a little delay. Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of busting ass for the last 5 years for a lot of other people, and I figured, might as well, try and do some stuff on my own. It's just running into too many roadblocks and too many headaches and things, and it's kind of one of those things where I think subconsciously you're just like how many signs do you need, bro?
Right.
To go and do something different. So Andre kind of ran into the same thing, and I'm doing the same thing, and it's been working out good. A lot of stuff just kind of like instantly fell into place, which was odd for me. But other than that, like, it's been cool. Still not doing any racing stuff right now, but just primarily doing pool stuff and remodeling this house for a friend of ours, and
nice.
Getting a little out of my comfort zone on some of these things, which is good because then I'm picking up some new things and creating a little bit more relationships and stuff. But it's the hardest thing out here, dude, is just finding like good contractors. These guys either just don't want to call you back or they do shitty work. Like it's just the wildest thing. And I can't, being from Ohio, like it was like burned into your brain. As soon as you came out of the womb, is like, everything's got to be craftsman. Well, it's got to be good craftsmanship, and it should be done properly. You're supposed to treat people well. And it's just like, there's so much work out here. Some of these guys just don't care, man. Like,
see, and that's fucking sad. But I found the same shit here. Like, trying to figure out and find people to do the basement work was a pain in the ass. I ended up using the same guy who did. He's basically a handyman, but he does remods and some other shit on as well. But his bread and butter is small shit. Like, he just racks up dough doing all of these small jobs. And I put him on for the basement and overspent by a fuckload.
A little bit. A little bit over budget.
A lot of bit over budget. Like $35,000 over budget. But that's it. 20 of that's on me.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, man. Like, it's it's kind of funny that you like brought that up, because that's the thing I don't understand about these guys out here. And maybe it is, again, just a product of there just being so much work here and a bunch of people moving here. Is like, I call to do, like, ultimately I can get all these things done. But the guy that we're doing this house for, like, it's a rental property, and he wants to try to get it out on the market as soon as he can. I mean, he's been sitting on it for like a year. He's not like breathing down my neck. He's just like, hey, if you think you can get this done in like the next 3 weeks, it'd be great. So I've already kind of like handed off all the drywall refinishing stuff. They had an electrician come in prior to us really coming in and seeing the place. They drilled, like, instead of just drilling out a few holes that you needed to pull wire, they drilled 43.
Holy shit.
Throughout the entire house. So like, I have pictures of shit I should send you, but there's like, each room had like 6 holes in it, 6-inch holes. So like,
to pull wire,
I went around.
Was he
just to
like
just
putting
to pull
speakers in every room?
Jesus,
dude, I'm telling you, it was just like, it was the craziest thing. So like, I knew I'm not that much of a fan of finishing drywall anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to see if I can find a good guy. And I got lucky, and this dude was cool. It didn't really cost that much for the whole house, and it looks great. They even did like, there's a lot of texture on the walls out here. And so like, that was good. But they have this rickety ass old door in this upstairs bedroom that leads out to like being able to walk on top of the garage roof.
Yeah.
And he wants to put a better door on there, and something that had like those integral blinds so you can like, get more natural light, shit like that. And so I'm fine to do it. I have some questions because everything out here is stucco. It's not the same as, pulling stuff apart, back in Ohio and stuff where you might be working with like, siding and cedar and things like that or whatever. But I just was calling around to see if anybody would just come put it in. Like, I don't care what you're going to charge me for it, but like, are you interested in coming and just putting this door in so I can work on some other things? And like, everyone I've talked to so far is like, not worth our time. You're a little bit out of our area, and we don't do any work unless we sell you the door first. And I'm like, well, okay. I'm like, if somebody called me to just do a small job, like, figure out what's worth your time and bill them for it. And if they're good with it, then just do it. Like, yeah. But it's just not the mentality out here. It's so weird.
It's just, I think a lot of it is people just don't want to work. I mean, I don't want to work, but I have to. But I think it's just like people they think they can just get by with doing, the bare minimum of a job. So like, it's like the guy that did my basement. Like I said, his bread and butter is just small shit. Like, that's all. He just does a bunch of small shit, and he's got one client that's some multimillionaire, owns a bunch of fucking cabins down in Hocking, And so he's always busy with that guy's shit. And that guy is priority. Like, because he overcharges.
That's kind of how this guy is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Rob he has told me, he's like, I overcharge him. He's like, I had to drill a hole that was, I think he said it was 46 inches through a wall. Like, he had to go through brick, through drywall, like, to the other side of a room to pull a wire. And he charged him $650 to run that wire.
That's probably not that bad, actually.
I thought it was. I'm like, holy shit, $650 to drill. Like, he's like, yeah. He goes, it took 30 minutes to drill through the wall. He's like, because most of the wall was brick. He goes, and he had to have a TV on this brick wall.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, okay.
Yeah, that's honestly not. I don't know, man. Maybe it's a hair high. Depends on how much total time it took him, but like, it's probably not that bad. And if this dude's we're in a similar situation with this guy where like he has a ton of rental properties and he has a house of his own that he bought here in Paradise Valley dirt cheap years ago. That's going to be worth a ton of money at some point. I think it is right now and it's not even finished, but we had the same conversation with him. Andrea primarily has, like, she's been kind of managing the whole thing, which is how I fell into this thing. She's like, "Well, do you want to do any of this instead of me going try to find contractors?" She's like, "At least, this guy knows you're going to do a good job." So then that's what kind of started the whole ball rolling. But she had the same conversation the other day. Is like, look, I'm also in the middle of like spinning up my own, pool equipment and electrical business and stuff out here, which I know I can get work from. And I said, but we haven't done any marketing or anything like that. Like, I just have stuff that's just kind of naturally coming in for you, whether it's from referrals or different things like that. I'm like,
is the best.
But if you don't want me to, I'm like, we're like, if you want us to always make sure we can prioritize what you're doing, like, we just won't throttle up, all that stuff. Cause like, I'm not really in a position to hire a guy right now. Like, I need to get a lot of stuff like sorted out first. But it's basically the same thing. We're just like, well, we can just keep working on all your stuff, man. But like, you gotta give us some kind of guarantee, and then I'll turn other stuff away. Cause like this he's a good dude. He doesn't really question a lot of stuff. He just has good conversations with us. He always pays his bill on time, which is really weird for me to deal with. Like, so like, he doesn't shit all over, what I'm doing and me wanting to do things like, properly. Like, so.
Well, this isn't racing. So.
It's, oh God. Yeah. It's crazy because, dude, like, I miss being out there. Like, they're at Road America, like, this weekend. But, like, there's so much of it that I also I dread, like, ever being a part of again. And it's a constant battle all the time. Because, like, if somebody calls me, which they may by this fall, like, that they want to go for next year, we'll do it because it's always going to be short season stuff, like, at least right now.
Yeah.
And I enjoy a little bit of it, but it's like, man, when that's the only job you have and all you are is on the road, like, it gets to be miserable, man. Like, it's just not, it's not what I thought it was, man, when I first got into it, but I'm glad I did it, but
I think, I don't know. I think when you first got into the racing stuff, you got in with a team that
already dysfunctional
from the get go.
Yeah, let's put it lightly.
Yeah, from the get go. Like, I mean, I heard their horror stories, and I was there personally for some of it, just for one day. And
he had limited exposure with them, and it was like, holy shit.
And it was just like, fuck, like, just seeing the interactions, and then also hearing on the radio just the interactions between the driver and the engineer and mechanics, and it's just like, Jesus, I don't understand how this is even a team still, like, how they're still in business.
A lot of motorsport and I've told Brandon this plenty of times, like, a lot of the mentality around in motorsports is they know that it's a job that people want to go do because it's cool, because you can make a pretty good living, man. It especially depends on what team you're on.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You're playing with race cars all the time. Yeah, you're home away, from home a lot. Some people don't care. Like, they like that stuff. But like there was like this, when I first got in there, finally, like, there was this crazy idea that these guys had that, like, you should just feel privileged to be part of this stuff. And I'm like, that doesn't mean you can underpay people and then act like they should, just love and worship the fact that they're there. I'm like, this is still a fucking job, dude. Like,
Right.
like, what do you mean you should? It's a privilege to be a motorsport. Well, no shit. In some sense, yes, because you could just be flipping burgers or something like that, which is also fine.
And there's
But,
a ton
like,
of people who would rather be doing what you're doing because they don't know any better.
Yeah. I mean, believe me, I thought when you watch a race on TV and all these documentaries, it looks glorious. It is not when you're there. It is. You're up all day, all night. You're hardly sleeping at all. You got schedules you got to meet all the time. You got, if you don't get on a team with good customers, then you get these shitheads that just because they have all this disposable income, they think you're a peasant. Like, it's the craziest stuff. And like, I dealt with it my first year with those guys because I was like, well, I felt like it was like a rite of passage. If I can get through this year,
foot in the door,
then now I got a foot in the door, and now I could go. And I was just trying to do it as a hobby. But holy shit, man. Like, I paid my dues for sure that year. And then the next team was good, but it didn't have the longevity to stay. Like, they were just kind of, I think the owner was kind of on his way out anyway. And I just felt like there was a lot of things I could have done better anyhow on my own.
And that team, it's unfortunate. Like, the owner could have been on his way out the door. I mean, I think he still has the lease on the building too.
Yeah.
He could have easily just let you take over. He didn't even have to, he could have funded it for a bit to get some clients in there to start funding things so that it wasn't coming, 100% out of his pocket. But, he still could have, that still could have worked out. It's also,
we had that conversation like at VIR because that's like where the shop's at. We had the conversation.
Yeah.
And he's just like, he's like, I want to start doing some different things with my family. And, which like, that stuff's all fine to me. Like, he's been in racing for a while. He spent a shitload of money. Like, was ready to move on to something else. But he's like, if you think you and Andre want to take this thing over, and he like laid out like 3 different ways. He's like, I can just set pricing and I always bring the money in and you get paid a certain, cut of it or whatever. And you don't have to worry about any overhead. He's like, or you guys can set the pricing and then you just got to pay me, the overhead or whatever. And then eventually down the road, maybe you can just take everything over, all the equipment, everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I would like to have that conversation, and he's like, we weren't going to talk about it that day because I didn't think the season was going to be over at the end of the race. And then like, so then that ended up being a disaster with Dom. And then we got home, and 3 weeks later, I got an email. It's like, yeah, so I'm just going to shut all this down and turn it into a race shop. So you guys are only employed effective until October 30th.
Yeah,
I was like, cool, man. It's whatever.
I think the downfall of that one was the selling of the Porsches. Like, bringing in the Lamborghini, bringing in Lambo was fine, but the selling of the Porsches, I think, kind of started that downfall. Like, I don't think he should have. I think he should have kept them, and maybe it would have stuck around a little more. Or, maybe he shouldn't have moved out of state instead of being, 10 minutes from the track. He's, 4.5 hours from the track.
He was way, yeah.
8 hours from the track.
I think that, I'm sure there's probably some of those pieces. I know him selling all the cars and stuff was just kind of a way to try to, a buddy of his screwed him out of a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
That was working for the team that for a little while, like, I got blamed for. I'm like, dude, I don't even have access to this shit. Like, the fuck are you talking about? Like, but I think between that and then we just had such a bad year with customers. We kind of had 2 bad years in a row, but like at least the year before, it was just that the kid just didn't drive great. He drives really good now, lost a shitload of weight. He's in shape. He drives great for another team, but like we got the problem child version of him the year before. But
way to break him in.
Yeah, exactly. But like we just it was too much. Like just and then the customers that we had all year long, man, for 23 was you couldn't pick a worse crop of human beings to run cars with. Like, it was just the worst ever. And I don't, I have a threshold, man, where if you're shitting on my guys or somebody I care about too much, like, I don't necessarily ever let it go, but like, we'll just ignore you for the most part, man. When you just will not let it go, like, eventually I'm going to bite you. Like, and that's just the way it happened. And
yeah, that guy was
like, fuck this dude.
Like, he was just piece of shit relentless about the way he handled things.
Yeah. He was not. I told you he wasn't happy to see me at Laguna.
Oh no, you didn't.
When I just went and kind of. Oh, I didn't tell
No.
you. Oh boy, yeah. I thought maybe after a year. I mean, I don't know why I thought. I guess because I think after a little while, I'm just like over it. It's time to move on.
Yeah.
And not for him, no. So like,
gas on the fire.
We had a massive blow up, but I mean, it was his fault. He was just terrible to the guys, and he was trying to manipulate them, all kinds of shit. But like, and then Andre got involved, which is not good because she'll kill you. Like,
oh yeah, I've seen it.
But we kicked. I mean, we kicked him off the team in front of everybody, and we made it a little bit of a scene, man. Like he was sitting across the way in this stupid go-kart thing that he bought, or golf cart thing that he bought, while we were tearing apart his car to take all the shit off of it and take the setup out of it and everything, and then just like pushed it off to the side and was like, "Here, like get the fuck out of here." But he was a terrible dude. Like he was such an asshole to people, and these guys aren't getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this kind of shit. Like some of them are lucky if they're making a couple grand for being on the road for a week or something like that. Like,
yeah.
And that's pushing it really, actually. Like, but so it was too much. But anyway, you let all that, you blow that off. It was a bad day. I had all the support in the world from the guys, at the top and everything. And we got rid of them. And so then over the course of the next year, like you think that like that stuff all dies off. And like, I had no intentions on even going anywhere near him. Cause like, I'm just not a shit starter, man. Like if I got to fight you, fine. But like, I'm not a confrontational guy. Like I'm not interested in wasting my time with that shit. And like me and Cam were walking together just down the pre-grid, not even looking at anybody's cars. We're actually walking to his car, and just from a distance, it had to have been 100 yards. He's like this out the window, like he's waving his middle finger. Like, I mean, he's already full suited, strapped into the car, and they just have those tiny little square windows on the driver's side.
Yeah,
and his finger's just out there, driving glove and all. He's just like, fuck you, like. So like, Cam and I looked at each other. He's like, is he pointing at you? And he just kept doing it. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so we just keep walking. So Cam decides to instigate. So he goes over and he puts his hand around his finger and he starts like backing it off or whatever. So then like, I thought maybe he was just fucking around. So like, I like kind of leaned over and I looked in the window and he is fucking like, his head was on fire.
Purple.
Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Like just, that's all he could say. And then I was like, oh, is that for me? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll fucking show you. He's just like, bitching. I'm like, all right, bro. I'm like, well, have fun out there. And he started saying something else that like sounded like a threat. And I was just like, cool, dude. See you later. And we just like walked away. And he's like, Cam was like, was he really that mad? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what the fuck is his problem? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm sure it was an ego hit to him to like, to have me kick him out of the trailer. And then I think Andre accused him of having like a small dick or something like that, like out loud, because I heard it in the trailer. I was like fuming, and I'm in the office. Yes, she did. She just said right now.
It's fucking hilarious.
So like, I was in the lounge, and the doors are closed. I'm like, I'm like those things in the movies where somebody's like ready to lose their shit and stuff just starts going blurry, and you're ready to like kill somebody. That's the space that I was in, and I could still hear her screaming at him just because he was such a dick to everybody. And there was something about him having a small dick. And all I just remember hearing him say was, oh, that's real professional.
Everything he did prior to that was fine.
Oh, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine to like just treat these kids like shit and blame them for stuff, even though we're just trying to keep you on track, dude. Like, there's a very structured way you have to do things, or you miss track time. If you're late, you get in trouble. They park your car for like a couple laps sometimes, or minutes or whatever. Like, imagine what would fucking happen if that happened there. And then it really was our fault. You're just like, you're putting us in a bad spot, man. Like, my job's to run this team and make sure these guys are doing what they need to do and they have the resources. Like, we've always put you out on track. We've done everything we could. Sometimes there's extraneous circumstances. Like, there's nothing we can do with it.
Right.
Like, you're totally fine not paying attention in the formation lap of a race and running into the back of somebody's car and not even getting through the second race. That's totally fine, even though it cost you $20,000 in parts. But because you wanted us to change something on your car, and we didn't have time to do it. All of a sudden we're like, oh, these kids are pieces of shit. They don't know anything. It's like, okay, bro, like whatever.
The best part about him being so pissed at you and you just being like, whatever, man, is that just took it to like the next level for him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And I think he wrecked in that race too. I mean, he usually doesn't do that well, but like, he just like the guy, he has all the potential in the world. I mean, he's not a great dude. He's definitely, he's got some issues, but like he's successful. His parents have been in the restaurant industry for a long time, and he's got his own nightclub things and a ton of money, and like good for him. But like, I mean, him and I would have conversations. I would try to do one-on-ones. Like I was really trying to professionalize things with the team to try to keep it together because I cared about these guys having jobs. You know, I didn't want them to have to keep looking for a new team every year.
Yeah.
So like I would do one-on-ones after these races, and I'm just like, you know, so it was him and I was like, you got to tell me what you need, man. Like, because one minute everything's totally fine. Like the same day that this whole blow up thing happened, and he's telling me how he can't stand being there. He's not happy. Like that morning, he's like, dude, you know, it'd be sweet is like, we should take the whole team go-karting. I'm like, well, that would be great, but we don't, there's no time in the schedule to allow us to do that, but it'd be sweet. Like, yeah, I agree. It'd be great to have like team building thing. And then like by the end of the day, you just shit on everyone. But like,
you're all pieces of shit. I never want to see you again.
Exactly. Yeah.
Until tomorrow when we go karting.
You know, but he hated the owner so much that it just blanked everything else out. It didn't matter. Like he couldn't get past it. And I'm like, well, I don't know if this team's going to make it to next year. I said, I'm probably going to attempt to go out on my own. I'm like, dude, if you want to go racing, just help me bankroll another trailer or something. And like, we'll take you racing next year and you don't have to worry about, I'm like, I don't really know what all your venom is, you know, for Rob anyway. Rob's always been good to me. I said, so I'm not going to ever fuck him over, but like, we'll go. I said, I'll just take you out on your own next year. I'm like, but you got to trust me and you can't keep hammering on these guys. You know, like I'm trying to have like a good conversation with him and it didn't even matter in the end, you know, but yeah, it just, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I'm sure he'll hate me for the rest of his life, but like, I don't care. Like you can't sit around that long, man, and not say something, you know, like it's just not, it's not right.
He's not worth it anyway. I mean,
well, and that's the thing. Like that's his issue, not anybody else's.
I've seen his establishments there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, what I will say though, that dude pays his bills though. There's not a question at all. He loves to spend money, so I've never had to worry about that.
Well, I mean, but, he's a rare breed then if he's just paying his bills. Because everything else I've heard, it's like pulling teeth out of a lion.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's not the most fun. I mean, like I said, I do enjoy being part of motorsport, but it's rough. So we'll see.
I hear you. So how's everything? So you're doing that. Let's get off of racing so Randy doesn't get upset when he listens back.
Yeah, he's probably rolling his eyes right now. Although he says he doesn't listen, right? If he's not on,
he does. Well, he listens if he's on. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. He listens if he's not on. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm
going to go ahead and pour your whiskey too. I'm
fine.
going to take your bottle. I'm going to pour your whiskey. Fuck you, Mike.
I handed it to you. It's not like you snuck behind my back and grabbed a bottle.
Yeah.
I know. So how's the pool stuff going? Because that's where you started with pool stuff out. Well, you moved out there to start with a car company that won't be named. Unless you want to name him.
Oh, see, I was going to name him.
Oh, McLaren.
Well, I don't know. Mike take offense to that. Yeah.
Mike's car company fucked you over.
No,
I almost bought the McLaren Jack Daniels collaboration bottle today.
You should have. I'll take that.
I mean, look, I still like their cars and stuff, man. I think if I ever had the money, I probably would maybe try to buy one, but
I would try. I mean, but then I don't know. I still look at the Corvette and I'm like, fuck, it looks like a McLaren. And then like I see one driving down the road, I'm like, oh, and then I'm like, fuck, it's just a Corvette. Fucking Corvette.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm all over the place on the new Corvettes. Although the Z06 looks pretty nasty. Like,
I'm sure
that thing is a monster, and it's like 1,100 horsepower. Like, what are you gonna do with that? It's so awesome, but like, Well, other than melt tires, like, what are you going to do with that?
Red light to red light. Let's go.
Yeah.
We're out of milk. I got it.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll be right back.
I'm never coming back if I go out for milk.
Yeah. I thought that was cigarettes.
Yeah.
Milk and cigarettes.
Yeah.
But so you moved out there for McLaren, and then ended up kind of getting fucked on that.
Yeah.
And then
it was just a mess.
And you and Andrea had been dating prior to that. You were still living here in Ohio, and then you guys got married and out in Arizona after you moved out there. And so you started with the pool stuff, and you'd mentioned that you're trying to get your own, like, essentially pool company off the ground now. So how is that going?
I mean, it's going pretty good. Like I said, we haven't put all the work that's been flowing in lately has just been like a lot of referrals and stuff, either from just friends that needed some stuff done, or, I mean, I've also had like a couple really oddball, although I think I did find out where the one lead just came from, but like I had a couple just weird, like random people like reach out and they're like, hey man, like heard you did this, and this. Like I even had that old Porsche 928 like in my driveway for a little while I still to this day have no idea how this kid found me. The people that he said referred him to me. Like none of it really makes sense. It was just like this random thing, but it came at a good time because I was in the process of like pulling away from these dudes that I was doing work for. And, I just kind of needed something to fill in a gap while I figured out what the hell I wanted to do,
Right.
And, so like, it was just like some of these random things just like came out of nowhere, but I mean, I don't have problems with customers. I try to make them, feel comfortable and know what's going on and try to over communicate with them a little bit, whether they're my customer or somebody else's, just so they know they can rely on somebody. And so a lot of that's kind of turned around and come back to where people have called for things and stuff like that. So it had its very slow progression kind of moving forward, keeping busy. This thing, picking up this remodeling stuff has been pretty cool. But like we haven't turned on the machine yet to like try to, start generating leads and things. Okay. Like it's in the plans. Like Andrea is kind of working with some of that, but I've just been kind of, right now it's a balancing act with the pool stuff and then this home stuff because there's more of a deadline on the house, but then I'm feeding in little jobs as they come, from some other friends that have companies out here and trying to get things done, when we can and just doing small things. And nice. So it's not that I have some like wild passion for pools. Like they're just like, now that I've been around them for so long and I was able to like kind of understand how everything works. Like it's just easy out here. I mean, like and I stay kind of in a very niche end of it with the electrical and the automation or the equipment and stuff like that. Like it's easy things that I can do. And, so, I mean, because obviously I'd rather have
it's a pool.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody,
they're everywhere.
Yeah. I was gonna say everybody in your neighborhood has a pool, right?
Yeah. I mean, most of them. Yeah. I don't think our neighbors do, but like everybody else around here does. So it's just like an easy way to kind of stay busy, and over time, just try to figure out, some other things. And, so I don't know. It's kind of like, I'm not in limbo, but like, I'm just kind of like in a weird transition period, where we're just kind of seeing how things go. And, we've talked about maybe not staying out here, forever. We might just, rent the house out and as a property and move somewhere else. Like, so I think it's just kind of figuring out what the hell we want to do. And
don't come back to Ohio.
No, that I won't do. Yeah.
Well, the three of us will talk, me, you, and Andrea, on where you guys are going to end up. That way I can end up there too.
All right, that sounds good. Yeah, she'll probably agree with you on most, if not all, of the spots. So.
Yeah, because Ohio fucking sucks. I hate living here.
Could be worse.
It could be California.
Could be Salt Lake City.
It could be Salt Lake City. Jesus.
Oh, yeah, too. Yeah.
Michael McMormon.
In his magic underwear.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I was like, I'm a coffee drinker. Yes. I'm not religious, and I have more booze than the state does. They're not going to let me in.
you'd be like a shining beacon out there, like everything.
Oh shit. So is the plan back to the just kind of keeping conversation going on the pool stuff. Is the plan to potentially do full pool installs, or are you just going to stick with the electrical side of it?
Yeah, because I have guys that I can partner with for some of that stuff. So like I've never looked into things like in Ohio, but like out here you can sub people out. They just want you to have like the same license or at least a GC version of like that particular area.
Gotcha.
So like, because even the other people that I've worked for and stuff, like they're pool builders, but they don't actually really have a hand in almost any of it. You know what I mean? They're subbing everybody out. So you're your guy that comes and digs and then, shotcrete and rebar and all that stuff. Like we didn't do any of that stuff. We just managed it,
Gotcha.
Or at least
okay.
I managed the projects when I did manage them. But like, so I can do the same thing. And we have a good friend of ours that he has that stuff already in place. So I try to stick with the smaller stuff because I can get paid well for it. And I do, make sure that's a good job. And a lot of people out here, especially even just like the pool guys, like the service guys that just come and clean the pools, like they either don't really do that great of a job or they don't know how to do a lot of the repairs and things. So like, then I can just go in and do that stuff. So I try to stick with that stuff because it's kind of bread and butter, but, I have a remodel that's coming up, for a friend of ours, and I'm going to team up with this other dude. And then, eventually I want to be able to just do all that stuff on my own, get the bids out on my own, figure all those things out. But like, it's just the biggest struggle now has just been finding good contractors that I can trust. Cause granted it wasn't a ton of money, but like even on this rental property, it's like a 2-story with like, you go up, these 2 half flights of stairs, and then there's like a loft area that goes to these 2 upper bedrooms. So they wanted to tear all the carpet out, put LVT down, and put up the cable railing, just try to make it look a little bit more modern, try to get something that sort of looked like floating stairs. They didn't want to spend a ton of money on it, but like they wanted to definitely invest in it. So like we got all these quotes, and shit's not cheap. I mean, it was like, I think one of the biggest companies that kind of reminds me of Rogue almost is called ViewRail.
Yeah.
So like we got a quote from them, and it was like almost $20,000 just for the parts. I think maybe install, but I don't think so. So like we got some other ones, but in the process, the guy that owns it was like, hey, I found this dude on Instagram. Why don't you guys vet him and see if he's all right? Maybe he'll be a little bit cheaper. He's like, I don't want to cheap out. He's like, but at the same time, we want to try to manage the budget.
Yeah, I don't want to spend $20,000.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, man, I can't throw $20,000 at just a railing. He's like, if it was $20,000 for the whole thing, yeah, like it's So he's like, if I was selling this house or it was a much higher end area, like he's like, and it's in a decent area, but like if it was like a $5 million home, then okay, maybe. But so anyway, so we, Andrea has been handling most of the management stuff. So like she got a hold of the guy, she talked to him. At first sounded great. I chatted with him a little bit. I met him at the house. We talked about it, and he's like, yeah, you don't want to do cable railing. He's like, I'll build all these custom and they're going to stay together. They won't warp. And it's like, he sold us this whole thing, and it's like, the thing that sucks is like out here, it's not like you can always just be like, well, hey man, I need a couple addresses. I want to go to people's houses and see what you've done. I mean, you can, but we've done that with pools, but like, that's not always a welcome thing. So like, we just, I just had to take him at his word. I was like, well, look, we can't do any of this side here. You can just do this upper part, and then the stairs are going to have to wait because we ordered we did order stuff from ViewRail with these big treads because they just had there's like 2, like typical stairs, like 2x10s wrapped in carpet or whatever. So like we tore all those out, and we got these huge, thick ass 3-inch treads or whatever that he wanted. And so I was like, I said, we can't do any of the bottom half. Like you can just do the upper half. And he was like, it was supposed to be like $6,000 out the door or something like that. So I was like, so we gave the guy the option. We're like, look, man, ViewRail's $20,000. This dude says, he's only 6 or 10 or whatever the hell it was. It was like significantly cheaper. I said, but we also have 2 other bids for just parts with me doing the install. Like, we just haven't heard back from them yet. They said it's going to take a few days. Like, their engineering department's behind. He's like, no, fuck it. Let's just try the guy. You know, like, so I was, okay.
Uh-oh.
And so we did. And it's just like some of these guys, you're unfortunately at the mercy of like, the only way to really vet them, unless you're going to go try to find examples of their work, is like, you just got to let them try it. And so he showed up with a helper, and most of them are just, you know, like these random dudes that they picked up from Home Depot. And he showed up to the house, and then all of a sudden shit started clicking in my brain. And I'm like, oh man, like, I didn't have a good feeling like about it. And so I'm in the other room putting flooring and stuff down, and I hear him. He's building them in the fucking house. So he's in the house and he's welding. I was like, so instantly, like, you know, I'm like, well, wait a minute. How the fuck is that going to work? Like, because there's not going to be like a finished coat on them. Like, you're not going to powder coat them or like whatever. Yeah, no, he didn't. He brought stuff that had like a weird random coating on it. He welded. He uses rod, like metal dowel rod instead of cable.
Oh, he's a stick welder.
Like, yeah. No. Yeah, no. He had a MIG welder.
Oh, okay.
What what the cable railing looks like with the cable.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
He puts metal dowels in there and then welds them in place. Well, like in theory, that's fine, but it's like, dude, the first time somebody ever hits one of those, it doesn't have memory. Metal just bends. Like, so there's like a thing called a sphere rule out here where you can't. Like certain codes, you either have 4 inches or 5 inches that you can't push a 4 or 5 inch sphere through 2 of those cables just in case like a kid falls or something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, like I stepped on one of those and it just like wide open, you know, like, but so I tried to like, he was upstairs and I'm like in the other room doing stuff. And I'm just the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this is going to be a disaster because like, he's not going to build all this shit and then take it all apart and then go code it and then come back and reinstall it. Like, but I'm like, no, maybe it'll be fine. Maybe there's just something I don't know. Oh, no. He finished. He not only didn't really make like a nice way, you know, because you still need to be able to support from you pushing the railing over on a loft. So it's supposed to be attached to the wall. Yeah, he just took like a big fat ass like lag screw, I think from the old railing, put it in halfway into the wall, and he welded to it. So, I have pictures. I'll have to send them to you.
Oh my God.
He welded. So there's this big glob of weld everywhere. He put burn holes into brand new LVT, which they did come back and fix, but burn holes everywhere. And then when he's done, he cleans up the whole house, the air filters for the HVAC, everything's just full of black dust and shit from all the MIG welding and him like, you know, sanding on shit or whatever. And then he just sends this kid around with a can of matte black spray paint to touch things up. So everything's like all blotchy and like there's no, and I just was like, oh my God. Like, and unfortunately I didn't see any of this shit until I had already paid him because I was busy doing other stuff. And I was like, oh my God, you fucking idiot. Like, why didn't you go walk through there? So like, I mean, whatever I learned, it was a lesson, but like, it was like, that was one of the first spots. Like we lost $4,000 deposit and let this dude, and we're just, so I did a walk through the customer. He's like, yeah, no, this stuff sucks. He's like, just rip it out. Let's just, so we paid $4,000 for this dude to spend, you know, a few hours and we're going to tear it out and throw it away.
God, that's fucking awful.
It's just, it's crazy, but that again, like going back to the pool stuff, I know that was like a way long tangent, but like, it's just
you've listened to the show.
It's so hard to find anybody, man. Like, you know what I mean, that you can trust because like these are massive projects. Like what are you going to do if somebody does a terrible job of like, let's say somebody digs a hole fine, they put rebar in it and you get some yo-yo to come in and do the shotcrete. What are you going to do then? Like who's going to pay for all that? Most of these guys, they'll just disappear. So like, then you get stuck with the bill, you know what I mean? Like, so it's like that part of it makes me a little bit nervous. So that's why I kind of like team up with these other guys that have better guys in place. Because ultimately, like this is not a passion of mine. Like it's something I can do. It easily was something that came off the back of me being, you know, an electrician for a long time. Like, so it was just like kind of an extension of that. And I just got good at it and I understood it and understood how to set things up properly for the customer. And that's why, like, when you were getting your pool done, I was asking you like all those questions and shit. Like, just so people know, because there's a lot of things you can do with them, and some people just don't care. They spec you out some shit on a bill, like, here's the bid, and they don't really ask you, well, how did you expect the pool to function? Like, what if you have a bunch of water features and nobody ever really asked you, like, hey man, do you want that to be on while you're in the spa, or do you want this and that? Like, you have to build and plumb these systems in a certain way, and then the automation can kind of take over and do certain things. But like, we have it gets crazy, man. Like, you have to pay attention to it.
I wish I could have afforded to do water features and have some other things when I put that pool in at the old house, because it was just like the basic bitch of pools. It was, here's a fiberglass shell. It has an in and an out. Or it has,
and there's some water in it.
Yeah, and there's some water in it, and it has a sump pump pit.
That's the best kind, though, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm done. But no,
these pools out here got like 3 and 4 pumps on them and 7 filters, and some of these big houses. It's crazy.
There's less to fix.
Yeah, in my case, there was nothing
to go wrong.
There was nothing to fix. We had an evaporation issue. Other than that, we thought there was a leak at some point because we were losing water. Like, we lost, I think, like an inch and a half in one day, which doesn't seem like a lot.
Oh, really?
But we lost a fuckload of water in one day. But it was also like, for a week straight leading up to that, it had been like 90 degrees. Like, it was the only time we had the pool that it reached 90 degrees, and it was for like a 3-day period during that week.
Yeah.
And like the last day, I looked down, like, our water level's way the fuck down. And so,
did you guys have an autofill on that thing or no?
No. Okay. And
that's all these pools out here have them, because shit evaporates out here right away.
Yeah, you're evaporating water daily. So, but no, it didn't have an autofill function on it, and because
you threw a hose in.
I made the mistake of the pool had a sump pit and a sump pump in it, so I just threw the sump pump in and threw the hose into the pool. Yeah, I shouldn't have never done that. I could never get the fucking. I could never get the gravel that was in the bottom of that sump pit. Like, it has like almost like it gets pasty. And I could never get that shit out of the pool, no matter how much I'd vacuum, but then I'd go down with the fucking hose in my hand and like try to suck this shit up, scraping it off the bottom of the pool. Could never get it out. And now I don't have a pool anymore, so I don't have to fucking worry about it.
Now it's not your problem.
Yeah, now it's not my problem. But so speaking of that house, so today the Lexi's high school, the football players and the cheerleaders go around the entire district collecting money for the boosters and or not for boosters, but for the organization. And she drove by, they went by our old house, and she goes, "It's so sad, Mom." She goes, "It's so sad." She goes, like, the whole front garden that, you guys took care of, like, it's completely overgrown. The sidewalk, you can see from the, like, and keep in mind, the house is 200 feet off the road. She's like, you can see that the sidewalk is completely overgrown. Like, all of that fucking antique brick I put in as a walkway, she's like, it's all overgrown. She's like,
oh my gosh,
all that purple fucking carpet flower bullshit you put in, like, it's everywhere. No, it's everywhere. They're not maintaining any of it. And so the funny thing is they put in this, they put in an outbuilding. So they have this garage that's twice the size of the house that they put in, which
they have a boat in it or something.
Well, they have a camper, but if you don't fall under agricultural, you can't put something on the property bigger than the square footage of your house. This thing has got to be 3 times the size of the house. Like, it's got to be a 6,000 square foot building. The only way I can think of that he got it approved is because he works for Kubota. So he's got tractors and all kinds of other shit. So he's like, oh, well, I put my tractors in here. But I'm just like, well, you'd think a guy who worked for Kubota would take care of his yard. Nope. Lexi's like, the yard, she goes, the grass is fucking purple. That's how high the grass is. She was like, it's purple. I'm like, well, I mean,
it fits in with your neighbor now.
Yeah, I said, guess what? Not
they're
my
best
problem.
friends.
No, they're not. That's the best part. I am sure they are not. But
not your circus, not your monkeys.
Yeah, not my problem anymore. But the best part is, well, one of the things. So the lady who used to live in that house, the house next door, I built my house. So the lady used to live in the house next door. She is like into gummies. Like she is into ordering cannabis gummies and THC gummies and everything. Well, she accidentally had a package sent to the old address. She can't figure out how, but because she was probably high as shit when she did it. So she ordered a package. It got sent to the other house. They said, like, so she called her realtor. Her realtor got in touch with their realtor. Their realtor called them, and he goes, yeah, we'll just bring it over to her. She's like, if you just leave it out front, she'll pick it up. She's like, no, we'll just bring it over to her. Now, keep in mind, as I say this, the new owners of that house have never met the previous owner. They've never met her realtor, and he fucking hates me. So they literally took the package back to UPS or the postal service, wherever it was being shipped from. And she like followed up with the realtor, and the realtor was like, did you drop the package off? He's like, no, we took it back to, whatever. And she's like, what the fuck? Like they were supposed to bring it. So she goes and she's able to pick it up. But the guy goes, you tell that their fucking realtor and that fucking previous owner and the Martells are not allowed on this property. Fuck them. And I'm like, oh, I get me. Like I get me.
Yeah.
Once you were a dick once to me for no fucking reason, I turned it on fucking thick. And I would stand like in the yard and beat my chest at him as he's yelling at me for mowing my yard and threatened to slash his tires when he parked his trailer in my yard purposely as I was mowing. But I would just like, I get me, but you've never met the other two people. Why aren't they? The guy's just a fucking loser anyway.
To say he's just mad to be mad.
he's a piece of shit fucking communist loser. I mean, no American in their right fucking mind would act the way that he was fucking acting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I kind of hope he gets deported somehow, like, or maybe just gets pulled up on charges of treason, something ridiculous.
Dragged out of his house.
Yeah, dragged out of his house by his fucking bald head. With like, and they walk in while he's doing like some weird sexual act and has a plunger stuck to it, like. Just some fucking bullshit. Like they have like a red room in their basement, and the fucking feds go in, and like they're surprised by what they see. So, not
maybe you could like if he gets deported, you could like be the one who drives like the van to the border. Or
that I would
that. Just be like, hey, what's up, dude?
I'd be like, hey, buddy.
And signs waving as he goes by.
Yeah, just you know, fuck that guy. Like.
Enjoy Venezuela.
God, send him. Send his ass to like Singapore, where if you spit on the ground, you get fucking caned. Like someplace more ruthless than like Venezuela, or just someplace where there's just like if you commit like the littlest fucking crime, you get fucking beat. Like,
I'm glad you don't hold grudges.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I don't hold. I mean, I don't wish ill on anybody, but shit, I hope he breaks a leg. Oh, I've been drinking.
That's fine.
And then I hope he gets sepsis from it.
Oh, Jesus.
And they have to cut it off at the thigh. Not even like above, like between the knee and the hip, so you can't even get a fucking prosthetic. And it's his right one, so he can't drive.
Oh, enjoy your rascal.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, they have to cut off his left big toe, so he never has balance again.
Yeah.
That
sounds fair, right?
Yeah, what a prick.
God.
Now that we've taken that down a turn.
Yeah, well, shit happens. I enjoyed it.
So did I, to be honest.
So,
yeah.
Now my new neighbors though are fucking great. So I posted on we have a Facebook group for the neighborhood, and so last weekend, Liz was in Charleston. She was in Charleston. And I just was like, it was Harley and I, because Lexi was off at a friend's house. And I just told her, like, hey, do whatever you want tonight. You know, if you just want to hang out in the living room, whatever, watch a movie, that's cool. I'm inviting the entire neighborhood to our house. She's like, what? I'm like, I'm inviting everybody over. She goes, do you think everybody's going to show up? I'm like, no. Probably like 3 people are going to show up out of 80-some, 90-some people. So I put out that I was doing patio pours, that I was going to be sitting on the patio, drinking whiskey, and if anybody wanted to stop by, they didn't have to bring anything. I'd have plenty of bottles, and everything was open game. 2 people showed up. 3 people showed up. So one guy lives across the street, and he's a whiskey guy, and he works like night shifts. And the other guy lives like 3 houses around the corner, because I live on like a big bend. So he lives like, I can see his house from my backyard. So he can literally like cross my backyard right into his. He comes over with 4 fucking bottles. He comes over with like
ambitious.
Yeah, he comes over with like a Knob Creek 18-year, I think an Elijah Craig barrel proof, and then 2 others that I don't remember. And he's like, yeah, just go ahead, have whatever you want. I'm like, well, there's some shit over there. And so he's telling me like about his, I don't want to call it a collection, because he's the same way we are, like open everything and drink it. So he's like, he goes, yeah, I got like 250 bottles sitting over there. He goes, my wife's told me that I'm not allowed to buy anymore. He goes, but man, I haven't really been listening.
Yeah, anytime I show my whiskey bottles, the wall to people, they're like, they all look open. I'm like, yeah, why the fuck would I buy it and not drink it?
The only unopened bottles I have are duplicates.
Exactly.
Or stuff that I'm holding to do here until such time it needs to be open. But he's like, yeah, he goes, well, I told him I had a podcast, and he's like, oh shit, you have a podcast? And he's like, what's it about? I'm like, well, we drink whiskey. He's like, I'll be on it. I'll bring stuff.
Yes.
I'm like, cool.
He's invited.
Right. I'm like, I said, we'll figure it out. So, fucking hell. So yeah, for whatever reason, no one had ever thought about getting together to drink whiskey in my neighborhood.
That is so foreign to me. Like, my family tailgates flea markets.
Right. Like, well, I mean, I grew up white trash, so we drank at every event. Like, you drank outside the high school at a football game. So
when we go to concerts and
do
stuff,
you guys,
we have stuff in the car. So when everybody's trying to get out of garages and traffic's bad, we're just sitting there with beers and food, just like waving at the people, like
waiting for that traffic to die down.
And that's you.
That's really smart, man.
Yeah,
super
just
smart.
Wait and be the last to leave. I mean, might as well enjoy it instead of sitting in the bullshit traffic. So you were going to ask something, Jason.
Oh, I was you bringing that up just about like neighborhood stuff. Like, obviously I haven't, been home in forever, but like, I remember at least like the neighborhoods were relatively active, or you were always talking to your neighbors or something like that. Or like, is that how, like, do you guys have active neighborhoods, or like, any ongoing things with like, good, like, friendly type shit? Cause like out here, one of Andrea's like biggest complaints, cause she's kind of a social butterfly, is like, nobody talks to each other out here. Like, none of the neighbors, not anything. It's like, I mean, it's nice. It's dead quiet here, but like nobody, there's no parties or get-togethers or any of that kind of stuff. Like, everybody just, they do their own shit, and then they go to work and they come home, and then, you might see them walking their dog, but that's it. But like, I remember like always knowing my neighbors and talking to people in the neighborhood.
But we're definitely the black sheep of the neighborhood.
Oh yeah, you're definitely the black sheep. You could be the white sheep too.
Yeah. I'm the rainbow sheep. We'll leave it at that. So.
There you go.
I'll answer your question in a second, but were you in Canfield or were you in Boardman growing up? Or were you in Youngstown?
Neither. All right, no, that's a lie. I started in Boardman Township. And eventually my mom, after my parents split, my mom moved over to Poland, which I just always called it the ghetto of Poland. It was like just outside of Struthers. Like, it was you know, it was a fine area, but like it wasn't anything like all the upscale stuff was like up the road, and you know. So, but basically I was just kind of within the same couple mile radius, you know, and that was it.
Okay, so it was more smaller towns. So
super small, yeah.
Yeah, so, which is why, because like in Toronto's literally 3 miles by 3 miles. It's a small town, and that small town, like you knew everybody in that small town. So same thing like in Poland and in Struthers and in Canfield and all those areas up there. It's the neighborhood living is different. Like everybody kind of still does their own thing, and they have their own little cliques in the neighborhood, which I don't mind. It is what it is. Like I'm an outsider to the neighborhood. I'm an outsider to the community as far as some people are concerned, and they want nothing to do with me because I didn't go to school there. Which is the same shit that I got growing up in Toronto. Like you're not from here. Fuck you. And I'm like, but my family's from here, so fuck you. And they're like, nope, but you didn't.
It's so weirdly insular.
It's the weirdest goddamn thing.
Yeah.
But there are other neighbors that don't give a shit. Like the neighbors directly behind me, those two neighbors, the neighbor directly, next to me, he's a good guy. He's a pastor. But he's not a hangout type of person. Like their family's not hangout people. They hang out more with their church people than they do anybody in the neighborhood. But then like there are other people that just like you don't get an invite to their party. Like one guy across the street just beat cancer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Nice.
The entire yard was a parking lot. Like there had to have been 80 fucking cars over there in his front yard.
Yeah.
They have a pool and like they're celebrating like that, but no one in the neighborhood got an invite to celebrate his. And Liz is friends with his wife. And other people we know are friends, but nope. Like there was no one from the neighborhood there. So it's kind of weird. Like I want to like is antisocial in as much as I fucking hate humanity. I'm trying to be a nicer guy now at the neighborhood.
Yeah, right? So for us here,
tough, huh?
like at this end of where we live, we are the youngest people by quite a bit.
Yeah.
And
leaps
the
and
other
bounds.
families who live around here have kids that are way younger than ours. So we're nebulously in the middle, so we don't really fit in. But growing up, like we used to know our neighborhood.
Yeah.
My aunt's neighborhood is where she had a small block. It was like a 1 block street. And so, it didn't go down 5 miles and 4 miles. It was 1 block, and we knew everybody on that street.
Yeah. That's the way that's the same way I grew up, is like I knew everybody on the street. So I've made it a point. I am the moron standing outside waving to people as they drive by. I'm like, hey, like I'm on a walk. I wave to everybody when I'm walking. I'm like, how you doing?
And that's the thing here in this neighborhood, you drive around, you're walking up, people, you wave past cars passing on the street. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. No one ever waves to me when I'm walking by, unless I wave to them first. I'm like, you just don't be a prick.
I was like, we know everybody because my father-in-law is Santa Claus.
Well,
so.
yeah, there's that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Lancaster Santa Claus on Facebook.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I was just curious, man. Like,
no, I think
that's what I remember. You know what I mean? It's just weird out here.
Yeah. I remember doing that when I was a kid, and that's kind of like, I kind of wish we hadn't have built out where we did initially. Like, I kind of wish we would have built in this neighborhood or one of the other smaller neighborhoods that we were looking at. Because this neighborhood was built about the same time that we built our house. We just didn't look outside of. I, for whatever reason, was like, I want fucking land. And then after about a year and a half, realized I don't want fucking land.
That was a dumb decision.
Like I get it. I get what people say. Like, I want land. I want to be away from people. I want to be, fuck the government and da-da. Like, fine. But I had to mow 5 acres. That sucked. Like, I did that shit for 15 fucking years until I realized that I could have leased it out to a farmer the last 2 years that I'd lived at that house.
Swing and a miss. When I grew up in Buffalo, there was a lot of neighborhood involvement. When I first moved to Ohio, I was in New Albany 20 years ago when New Albany was just becoming New Albany.
Yeah, before Wexner. Well, when Wexner was
Just as he was getting in
establishing.
there.
Yeah,
Just as he was getting in there.
everything's brick and white fenced.
Yep, dude. Garage door had to be a certain color. Mailbox you had one of 3 choices.
Yeah, it's New Albany's one gigantic HOA neighborhood.
Pretty much. And then moved to Reynoldsburg was a little bit more like that. When we moved to Minnesota, every house that we lived in there welcomed into the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like huge community there. Down in Florida, everybody did their own thing.
That's because it's so fucking hot. No one's gonna go outside.
Yeah, and everybody's just like it didn't seem to be a lot of trust.
Yeah, I can see that. But
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Well,
Can't believe Mo's still pooping.
yeah, no, Mo never joined. He's like, I'm pooping.
Yeah, man. What the hell?
And
I was like, oh, he's actually going to get on.
And then I think he tried to join while I was having connection issues, and then never came back on.
Okay.
But hey, so this Garrison
well.
Brothers, I enjoyed it. It was really good. Like, we tried it neat. We put it on ice. It was really good. I think we're gonna experiment with it a bit and see what we can't do with it as well. And I'd never had.
I think this is my first Texas whiskey.
I've had Belconi. Belconi's awful. Like, Belconi is the watershed of Texas.
Oh, okay.
So don't.
And I saw when Two Spirits let out their summer releases, and like 2 of them were watersheds. I'm like,
Yeah, it just.
Oh, boy.
That guy that I got into an argument, a slight argument with on Instagram about watershed. Like I saw he was doing some watershed thing, and I'm just like, you have to be getting paid by them. Like, no one support. Like,
they're sending you free shit.
Yeah, like I like Middle West, but I'm not. No, I post other things on my Instagram account other than Middle West Spirits, or this Instagram account. But yeah, so I really like this. I really appreciate you sending it over. We're gonna experiment.
I
with
figured
it
it'd be something different. Yeah. I mean, I just use it for sours. Like I said, I'm not the greatest whiskey guy.
Yeah.
I was just I buy bottles that I think look cool, or that I don't think are probably going to be complete shit. And I just like, that was one that I didn't realize they carried it over here at what is that, wine something or other.
Total Wine.
Total Wine. Yeah, but they had it. They had a bunch of different ones, but like that one, like I like the sweeter type stuff anyway. So I was like, I'll try it out, and I liked it. So that's why I figured, like, I knew you guys had quite the gamut of different things. I was like, well, I wonder if they've had any of this Texas shit. So
it's not even available here. Like,
they seem like a great company. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I mean, I did look them up a little bit, but Garrison's not available in Ohio, like anything from them.
Yeah.
Not just this Honey Dew.
Yeah.
Like, nothing is available from them. So I'm just like, all right, well, we'll give it a shot. But Balcones is available, I think. And I'm just like, oh, that's awful. Like, I had an airplane bottle of it, and I think I took like one little sip of it, and I just put the cap on it, and I just dropped it into the trash. So, that was bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I feel okay doing that with an airplane bottle.
yeah, and it was free, so I didn't pay for it either. But all right, well, we're gonna end this, and then I need to get something to eat, I think, and then see what's going on.
Here.
But thanks for coming on, man.
Right.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
I need to. I got flight vouchers, so I think I'm just gonna show up at your doorstep one day. I don't know. Oh no, I have your address.
Whatever, man.
I'll just Uber over and from the airport. I'll just knock on the door.
Yeah.
Dogs will lose their fucking
Dude,
minds.
I'm like 15, 20 minutes maybe up the road. It's a straight shot from here to the airport. So
Well, shit, then I'll walk. That's fine.
whatever day, man. Yeah.
Just like,
Show up
Yeah, come up
sweaty and
anytime.
thirsty.
And like I said, I'm almost 100% sure I'll be in town the weekend of the 21st. So
okay.
I'll
Yeah,
maybe
let me
I
know.
can just sync up with you guys in person.
Yeah, that works
That'd be a
too.
blast.
We'll figure it out. So,
Okay.
all right, man. I appreciate it.
Sweet.
We'll talk to you later.
All right, guys. Yeah.
All right.
It's good seeing you.
It's good seeing you.
See
All
you
right.
later.
Love you, buddy.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Later, brother. All right. Bye.
All right. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. For Mike and Jason, I'm
Jason.
Martelle, and we're out. Peace.